Hola chicos. Hoy I have a presentation for you about las descripciones, usando el verbo ser y adjetivos. For el verbo ser, it means in English to be. It is also considered an irregular verb in Spanish, meaning its forms don't follow a normal pattern like AR, ER, and IR verbs do. You have to change some things that might look a little strange than normal. It is used with permanent descriptions, personality, physical, and identity traits. Also, we use it with time. There is another verb in Spanish which also means to be, and that is the verb estar. When we are using the verb estar, we are using it with temporary descriptions like feelings or conditions or places and locations. But when using the verb ser, we are talking about permanent descriptions of personality, physical, and identity traits, and also time. Las formas del verbo ser, as you can see, are a little bit different than what you might normally see. Yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es, usted es. Nosotros or nosotras somos, vosotros or vosotras sois, ellos son, ellas son, ustedes son. If you are not familiar with or you're having trouble remembering what yo, to, etc. all represent, it's a good idea to review some of the videos that I have on the resource doc, or you can see a video I am putting together in the future. But again, you can see all the forms soy, eres, es, somos, sois, and son. They're a little strange. They don't look as normal as the other verbs we've seen. Adjetivos are words that describe nouns. Nouns are people, places, or things. So adjectives describe those nouns. And the adjectives must match the nouns that they describe in two ways in Spanish, in gender and in number. Gender means that the noun is masculine or feminine, and number means that the noun is singular or plural. By looking at a noun, the best way to figure out if it is masculine or feminine, or singular or plural, is to look at the article, like el, la, los, las, which are definite articles, un, una, unos, and unas, which are indefinite articles. Here are some examples. Las chicas de la clase son inteligentes y estudiosas. We are talking about las chicas, which is why we use the form of the verb ser, son, because it's really describing ellas, a plural group of girls. Therefore, we also need to make inteligentes plural, and we need to use estudiosas as plural. Notice inteligente is an adjective that ends in a letter E. And when they end in the letter E, it's always masculine and feminine. You don't have to change it. However, estudiosa is an example of an adjective that does need to be changed to be feminine. They both need to be plural because las chicas is plural. Tú eres sociable y talentoso. Since talentoso ends in an O, we can assume that the person you are talking to, since we're using to with an accent, is a boy. If we had only seen sociable, we wouldn't know if the person that you're talking to is a boy or a girl. Yo soy musical, impaciente y trabajadora. When you read a sentence like this, you can assume that the person you are talking about, since we're using yo soy, or someone's describing themselves, you can assume that that person is a girl because we're using trabajadora. However, if we didn't have trabajadora and we only had impaciente or musical, which is similar and it's always masculine or feminine, we wouldn't know. So that's why trabajadora helps us to know that the person talking about themselves is a girl. Paolo y Marcela. This is two people. One's a boy, one's a girl. And therefore, we know it's ellos, because once one boy comes into the group that we're talking about, it becomes ellos. Son, For ellos, the verb ser, ellos form is son, reservados y pacientes. Again, the reason why we're using reservados is because Paulo makes it ellos. Pacientes, it doesn't matter with gender, but you do have to make it plural because there's two of them. Mi familia y yo somos deportistas. The reason why it's somos is because the nosotros form of ser, since I have y yo, that means I'm included with someone else. That's why we would use nosotros form of ser, somos. Deportistas is a funny adjective. Deportistas, even though it ends in A, is both masculine and feminine. So if you're a boy, you would, and you are athletic or sporty, you would describe yourself still as deportista. But since we are talking about myself, and my family, that's why I also need to make it deportistas. I hope this was helpful, and this presentation will be shared on the resources doc. And if you need any help with it, please go back and review. Gracias.